about that?
Our target really is the Filipino diaspora talaga.
Okay.
Yes, that's
Okay.
that's the very first. And then if it crosses over, then thank you. Yes, but yes,
Okay, good
Filipinos
plugging. I
audience
mean,
is
so you're
first.
doing the Hello Love Again formula.
Pwede, pero ang laki nila.
No, no,
Yes,
no, no,
yes.
no, no, no. I mean, kasi, di ba, Hello Love Again became number 8. The
Oh,
number
yes.
8 best-selling box office movie in the US. And that just goes to show how many Americans, how many Filipinos are in America, di ba? To create a number 8 box office hit. So it's a nice strategy. I agree with you. Okay, plug ko lang, ano, FTCP, okay, is currently in talks with DTI, okay, so that there can be a simultaneous worldwide distribution of films the moment it opens. It also opens in the Middle East and in Europe, precisely catering to the diaspora. Okay, so that, thank you. Okay, let's hope DTI agrees. Okay, so anyway, so that will work. That will work. Now, another question. Grabe ito. Okay, I'd like to ask Pong. Pong, ang ganda so far, ang ganda ng cinematography. What is the difference between doing a historical movie with that of a regular movie?
Ano ba? The period really dictates. I really dive into the history of each milieu, I guess. Uh, Tapos, for this one kasi, nag-encompass talaga siya ng ang halos buong buhay ni Quezon eh. And it really picks up from Goyo. So, to be technical, for example, the lighting changes. Kunyari, may kuryente na sa Maynila noon. Dati panegasera lang kami sa Goyo sa Casaluna. So, the production design team and I were very excited. Oh, pwede natin i-showcase yung Art Deco. The colors are different. And actually, there was a bit of a challenge also. I want to share also. There was a challenge for me. Kasi iba-iba yung timelines ni Gerald sa storytelling niya. So there was also a color shift and a lighting change and sometimes a filter change and aspect ratio change so that medyo ma-communicate clearly what part of Quezon's life you are in. Yeah. So for example,
I don't want to spoil. Non-linear ba ang approach itong narrative na to? Oh, God, kawawa ka naman po.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
So yes, even the production design and yun nga, as some of the marketing will show, may Quezon 1 kami, may Quezon 2 kami, may Hoven 1 kami, may Hoven 2 kami. Pero sabi ko nga, direct kanina si Aguinaldo, isa lang, Simon Confiado ay forever.
Para
At saka siya rin yung tumawid from
all
Luna.
three,
All
di ba?
three, yes.
My God,
yes,
it's the
po.
vampire Lestat.
So it was quite a challenge also direct to study each, I guess, era na we were trying to communicate in the film.
Okay, let me hit you now, Gerald. Gerald, are you so particular about the authenticity of the film in terms of the design and in terms of the visual statement that it gives?
Dinedelegate ko yun sa kanya. At saka
okay.
kay Monica.
Okay.
Oo. So parang it's more of since sobrang lalim at lawak ng kwento, I kind of have to delegate some of yung mga authenticity and stuff.
Mhm.
So in terms of research sa buhay niya, yun yung trabaho namin.
Okay.
Pero pagdating doon sa mga detalye, sina Monica at saka sina Bong na.
Okay.
And then submit na lang sila, tapos ako yung tiga-approve na lang na okay, sige.
Okay.
Tapos may tiwala ako sa kanila. So pag may mali dun sa detalye.
Okay, sige. So, okay, Bong at saka Daphne, I mean, since ganyan kayo sa detalye, gastos yan. Gastos ba?
Yes.
Okay,
Pero,
siguro magastos na luluha si Daphne. Okay.
but I would say the team really are on board talaga on like creatively thinking how to be able to tipid. Parang ganon. So, si Pong did a great job with equipment niya. Si Monica also, and our locations. And yun nga, halos kung sino yung pwede namin makausap and bringing them, oh, we're making this film. We know that, the audiences are not, I mean, they're back, but they're not a lot are back. So, parang nagka-collaborate sila with us. And we parang they always say, naniniwala kami sa what you do, and this is, it's a historical film. So, it really, yung feeling na parang, oh, may naniniwala talaga. So, that is one of the things that keeps us, doing this.
You know, Daphne, before I segue to my next question to you, I'll just set it up a bit. You know, earlier we were in a conversation. We were talking about how much people would spend to watch a theater ticket or to buy a theater ticket. Last night I was in the theater performance and I realized how much it costs. Okay, to buy a theater ticket, it's 4 digits, right? 4 digits for a theater ticket. Yet the Filipino would not spend $400 and you know scream bloody murder $400 to watch a Filipino film. So what will make them spend $400 to watch Quezon, Daphne?
I think I don't know. This film is going to be exclusively in cinemas also. We're not. We don't have any plans on.
Are you doing a
streaming
limited you know, cinema circuit? In other words, it's
No,
exclusive.
it's nationwide, but
Okay.
exclusively on the big screen
Okay.
because it's made for the big screen. It might be in the streaming, but matagal pa. So that's really one of the firm strategy also that we're doing because I don't know, I'm really an advocate for the big screen
Yeah,
and maybe you know our teammates here also and one of the words that you know I really agree with Sean Baker, you know the director of Anora when he was receiving his you know Oscars award is he's addressing to filmmakers to keep, you know, making films for the big screen. He's addressing to, you know, the parents, please bring your children to the cinemas and, you know, maybe they'll find the love for cinema inside the theaters. And he also addressed like the film distributors, please, you know, consider first and foremost the theatrical window for your film. So I really agree with that and I think I live that wholeheartedly. And so I don't know, maybe nahawa ko din sila Gerald and Pong with that. So, but on the other hand, also we are also considering, you know, the inflation and all. But I can also announce this that we'll have a student and teacher prize. But as to how much that is, we'll be announcing it. Yes.
Oh, I'd like to hear what you think. Bakit ganon? Bakit ang gumagasta sila ng libo-libo sa mga konsyerto at sa mga teatro, pero bakit hindi sila nanonood ng sinihan? Kahit
Actually,
bahagya lamang ang presyo. Do you think, ano yung mga factors doon?
Well, I guess one aspect is yung kung sino yung nanonood ng mga play na yun. Hindi naman siya parang, di ba, man on the street, di ba? So I guess iba yung budget ng mga tao na nanonood ng play at willing to spend that much. So, ang pelikula ay mas, I guess, wide net ng
Uy, Pong,
everyone.
nag-research kami dyan, ha? Ito na
Ano
naman
yun? Sige,
ako.
direct. Sige,
Plug ko
direct.
na yung FDCP, ni-research namin. Di ba?
Sige po.
No, we made a research, an intensive research, and we found out that the C and D audiences do not watch movies anymore, simply because they can't afford it. Okay, C and D audiences don't watch. Only upper C, and B and C, even the A, do not watch Filipino films. So,
BNC po.
oo, BNC. So nakakatakot, hindi ba? Nakakatakot. Sinabi mo na yung mga nanonood ng teatro at saka konserto, talagang dedicated market yan, hindi ba? May nagbanggit nga kanina, I forget kung sino. I think it was John T who told me, John T over there, na even though sa kondo, ang mabilis mabenta yung mahal kesa doon sa mamurang mga kondo. So, ini-interpret ko yan sa pelikula kung paano tayo mag-ano kasi sayang kung hindi mapapanood. What do you think?
I think yun nga eh. Kunyari, aside from theater, di ba meron ring mga concerts na ginagastasan din ng mga even younger audiences, no? I guess it's more a spectacle and sabi nga nila, the younger audiences are looking for an experience. Yes, that's very true na parang kakaiba, na parang hindi, siguro, and ito some sort of insight na napapansin ko with younger generations. Kunyari, for example, as a someone who's enthusiastic with photography, bumabalik yung analog. Diba, napapansin nyo? Meron kasi silang hinahanap na tangibility at ownership sa kanilang experiences sa napakasimpleng pag-take ng photograph. So there's some sense in that na I believe in them na siguro when you serve up something that's specific and or original to them, they will definitely relate to it. I actually really see that happening. So but kung kunyari masyadong madla, masyadong parang yun nga, kunyari, you scroll through Instagram and everything's just the same and it's being fed the same thing over and over again. And it feels like the younger generations want ownership of what their taste is like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's the shift, and I feel like it's soon to happen, and I feel that our film is quite compelling and quite an experience also.
Parang back to basics then, like, why is vinyl all of a sudden